Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? I have been waiting on Mama tonight. Mama went out and about today, and she was going to get back, and we had plans on making something totally different. And she just called and said, "Go ahead. We're delayed. We're going to do something else." So she may come trailing in here at all hours. She may stay out to 8 or 8:30. It's unbelievable. Oh, you know how teenagers are. Mama acts like a teenager. She gets out, she runs around, she loves life, and she loves to live out loud. Isn't that wonderful? I'm so thankful that she's able to go and do and enjoy her retirement and do those things. So tonight I'm on my own, and I'm going to take a little bit of this beef we had left, and I'm putting a little bit of sweet baby rays in it. I did heat this beef so it'll be good and warm, and I'm just stirring in the barbecue. Now I'm not having a sandwich, but I'm not being good either because I'm eating barbecue nachos. You ever eat barbecue nachos with just a little bit of leftover beef or chicken or any of that good stuff? Got some nachos, and I'm just going to do a few. I'm not going to do a lot. I just really want something. You ever do that? I had peanut butter and jelly for lunch today. Y'all know my emergency peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I always take when I go certain places because maybe I wouldn't get to go out to eat. Well, today was the day. Now, sometimes if I take emergency peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I do go out to eat, I'll bring it home and put it in the refrigerator. Yeah, I'm crazy like that. So let's look at this plate. So this is going to be the barbecue nachos. And all I'm going to do is take this little bit of beef, and you've seen how good it was, and how easy it was to make. And I'm just going to put it over top of these nachos, just like this. Just like this. On it goes. I'll clean this up. Mom will be glad that I also used some leftovers that was in there. She'll say, "You did good." Now, I'm using this 4 Mexican cheese. Freshly grated right out of this bag. And I'm just going to top it like this. Come on, cheese. Make a mess if you can. You'll get me in trouble with Mama. There we go. Now, I'm going to go right over here. Can y'all? I know y'all can see. Surely you can hear me. Let's take this, put it in the microwave for just a few. Not long, just a few seconds. I don't know how long it'll be. Let's go 1 minute. So what are y'all up to? What are you having? Anything good? Are you having something double good tonight? I like nachos. I hadn't planned on nachos, but it's a good meal. And I had planned on them the other day, and I didn't do them. So tonight, the best laid plans of mice and men. Is that not the statement? You gotta be willing to go with the flow. I'm gonna rinse this out. But don't, I'll get in trouble. Now I'm not eating off this fork, so I'm gonna use it for my sour cream. Clean, shiny as can be. Y'all hold on just a second. I don't know if it's going to be hot or not on the bottom. Oh, perfection has been accomplished. Look at that. Look at that. Just like downtown. And you know, folks, I don't know for sure, but my plates come out sometimes so hot. When I do go somewhere, I'm almost sure they put them in the microwave because they're hot. Real hot. I don't need the cheese. I am going to use a little bit of sour cream here. Stir it up good. This is quick and simple. No real muss or fuss. And this is easy if you have a little something left like this. I love this little Tupperware cutting board for just such occasions. Because I got one little tomato. And this cleans up so quickly, I don't have to get the wooden cutting boards out and get them all gummed up with a tomato. I did wash this, even though Mama's washed it. maybe, as long as it's been sitting here, it may have been washed 2 or 3 times. Who knows? But Mama washes all the fruit and everything like that when she brings it in. And then we lay it over here. And then before we use it again, we wash it again. This is a store-bought tomato, of course. But it won't be long now. Them little yellow bell bulbs have bloomed all over the place. I had to drive through a residential area today. And everybody's yard was full of the March bells, forsythias, whatever you want to call them. I call them springtime. It's springtime when those little yellow bushes start putting forth all those beautiful yellow blooms. I think the correct name is forsythia. Nickname is March bell. Now y'all know Mama don't like this little end piece, and I always eat it because it don't bother me. And I think it's tomato. And I just eat it right up. This has got that one little spot, but I ain't gonna waste that whole piece. It's a little shriveled up, but it just needs hydration. It's not rotted. And on top of that goes, it's gonna be tons of color too. Look at that. Now, here we go. This is just some salsa that we get at the Save-A-Lot, and it's been in the refrigerator for some reason, which makes it harder to open. Well, it's going to embarrass me in front of my friends. But I have something here to equalize. Well, maybe I don't. I'll just have to tough it out and open it. Ah, there it goes. It was wet and condensation had built up on it, and I could not grip it. Alright, so here we go. A little bit of salsa on top of all that. And we're ready to eat just that quickly. I'll put a little salt in that salsa. Not much. Look at that. Now that's a meal like you'd pay a lot for downtown. Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for nourishing our bodies. We thank you for all of our friends here gathered. And Lord, we just pray that you'll be with each and every one of them in their prayer requests. Dear Lord, put a hedge of protection around Mama. Watch over her, lift her up, and keep her safe. In your name we pray. Amen. Folks, this is it. That's all I'm having. Well, you say, well, that's enough, John. I think it's enough too. But look at that. Pure goodness. I love tomatoes and chips. That little bit of barbecue. I feel like I'm in an event. Maybe like the state fair. And you know when you go and you get chips and nachos. That is so good. I'm going to recommend this. Now, last night, I really do recommend that. I should have took that for lunch today. But I didn't want to fill with making more rice. And I really didn't have time to eat. All I had time to do today was grab something. You know, sometimes you just can't stop during the day. I know we're supposed to, and I know all that. But had a lot going on, had a lot to do, and I thought, I'm just not going to stop and do it. I like to get everything done. I'm one of these people. I like to get up early, I like to get it done, and then have the rest of the day. And if I want to do more, I can. If I not, then like I've been on Saturday, I want to, if I want to rest in the afternoon, I can. Or if I want to do some more stuff, another activity, I can do that too. Same way at work. I like to get my work done and then let the day happen. Just have it done. Have all the essential stuff done. Let's talk. I know I miss Mama tonight. Used to her being over here giving me a hard time. Hello from Gosport, Indiana. Hey, Sue. How's things your way? I don't know if I've ever heard of Gosport. Hi, John. That looks so good. Susan, it is, and it's just leftovers. You can updo leftovers in a lot of ways. Reinvent them, improve them sometime. I have had some meals I'm like, this is better than last night, the original. So sometimes you can improve them. Now this roast was awful good. This barbecue probably getting an improvement. But I would rather have this than warmed up roast, or maybe put it on a piece of bread. Just knowing that was in there and knowing I could put barbecue on it and have barbecue nachos. That kept me going. If we have pot roast left, hamburger meat, any kind of chicken, those things are subject to be turned into something on nachos with me. You know, sometimes Mama adds something else or wants to do something else. And it's always good, but if it's just me, I'm thinking that'd be good on nachos. That'd be good on a nacho. I could eat that. So the barbecue beef, I was really interested in that being on nachos. I hope y'all are having something that's good tonight. What are y'all eating? Carolyn, you go to church Wednesday nights. Mama's out running around, Mikey. Church is Wednesday nights. This is Tuesday night, Carolyn. I hope it is. Hello, John, on this beautiful day. Hey, yummy, yummy. Michelle says, JP, good idea for those leftovers. Yeah, it is. Lois. See New Mexico. Hope we're... Mama is... She was supposed to be back. She's like, I'm going to tell her I'd have to dock her a day. And she'll say, well, nothing. Subtract nothing. I still get the same. She didn't get supper, but I bet you she's eating now. Hadn't even thought about that. She has friends. She has friends that'll take her out and go places. I think what happened today is Mama planned on getting out earlier. And then it rained some. And then I think they decided they wouldn't. And then I think they decided, well, why not? Let's just go on. She'll be back tonight. She's not on a trip. She's just running about. But we were going to have something else tonight. She told me earlier. And then she backed out. We don't do nothing in stone, folks. The reason we say we may have this, we may not. Depends on what the day brings and what our flavor buds are saying. Is it taste buds? Taste buds, I believe. Sometimes, you know, one day you're in the mood for something, the next day you're not. So we do very little planning. Like if we go to the grocery and we're making a list, we'll throw out some ideas like we could have this, just like you do at your home. But as far as like planning something for coffee time, we make very few plans. This is totally organic. This whole thing that we do, and we want it to be. We don't, you know, I mean, it's not that it's right or wrong. We just don't plan those kind of things or do any scripting or any of that. That's the reason most of the time we're just sitting here talking back and forth. We just want you to visit like our family. Just come over and sit down at the table and have a visit. That's the number one comment we get from our friends and family that do come here, is they'll say, Lord, I feel like I'm on coffee time tonight. And I say, well, you want me a video? No, we don't want to be. Because they sit right there where y'all do. That same chair. You're right in front of the chair where they sit. So this is just the same as. The only difference is Mama don't sit on this corner. She sits right here. So, the only thing we do differently is Mama sits here instead of right there. And sometimes she'll sit over there if you'll notice, like at breakfast when we come on at the last minute. And I'm doing this back and forth. But we'd have to do that the whole time. And that would get you sick if Mama didn't sit right here. So that's the reason we do that. That's the only reason. I love these tomatoes, and I'm just thankful to have them. Now, about August, I'll probably say, oh, them old tomatoes. Why do we do that? When you get them good homemade, homegrown ones, they're so good. But when you get down to there's nothing left, them store-bought ones are pretty good too. You gotta do what you gotta do. And they're really making these nachos delicious. In fact, they wouldn't be near as good without that fresh pop of tomato on each little bite that I'm making here. How many carbs? Oh, Steve, don't tell me how many carbs are in these. You done run the popcorn. I ain't had any more popcorn since. I'm gonna look. Serving per container. Serving size is about 7 chips. Not bad. That's about what I have. $19 grams for 7 chips. Okay. We'll go with that. We ain't got no choice. But here's the thing I've started doing since I've been trying to watch carbs and trying to eat differently. I'm not on a program, nothing like that. I'm just trying to use some common sense. So I'll look at a package of something and I'll see what the serving size is. And instead of just taking a bag of chips or putting a bag of chips over here and just eating out, I get out that serving size and then I eat that. And then when those are gone, I know I've eaten a serving. Now, if I consciously want more, then I'll get 2 or 3 more. But if I'm just eating out of the bag, I may eat 3 or 4 servings before I even realize it. So if I know the serving size and I portion that out in a bowl or whatever I'm doing, it helps me to control it better. Now, I don't limit myself just because I can't have 1 more chip. But if I do, at least I know what I'm doing. And I know I'm eating a little bit more than that serving size. And that really... And I want to credit you all too because I think y'all have slowed me down on eating. So like when we're talking and I get a portion out, by the time I talk with you all and I eat my serving, I'm full. Because I'm talking with you all, it's taking me a little longer, I'm eating a little slower. So, I was telling Mama that the other night, that, usually I would have eaten 2 pork chops or whatever we had, and I said, but I'm full, normally. So, it's helped me to monitor that, And I think it's a good thing, it's taught me to pace myself a little differently. And then, because of that, I wait a little bit longer, if I'm eating when I'm not filming, then I'll just eat 1 portion size. I just want to feel better, live healthier, those kind of things. Just general, all-purpose stuff. I'm not trying to do anything. I don't have a goal or anything. We cut down bread for Mama and the diabetes situation. So far, I'm not diabetic, but I know it's in the blood, and it could happen. So, I know that monitoring's coming for me too, probably. And so if I can get used to that, it'll help maybe delay it. Plus, it'll also help teach me how to monitor. Does that make any sense? Please send a little prayer for me. Tonight I failed taking... Oh, Kelly, you failed taking the trash out today. Nothing is broken, but I felt like I got ran over by a truck. Oh, Kelly, isn't that the worst? Everybody send up a prayer for Kelly. That soreness and taking a hit, it just jars every part of you. Hey, John, we are from Greenville, Kentucky. Watch all the time. Well, hello, Linda. Linda Scarborough. Hello, how are you? You're a Kentucky neighbor. You know, we claim Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky, and we've always shopped in Kentucky. Kentucky is literally 3 miles from where we live. I mean, I could be across the line in 3 miles. So when you live that close to a line, you know, some of y'all do, you know what I'm talking about when you relate to another state so easily, because part of our city is in Kentucky. Our Save Lot's in Kentucky, but it's right downtown. So we feel, you know, that we're part Kentucky because everything we do is right there on the line. Our Walmart's on the Kentucky side. We call it the side. So if you hear people talking about Jellicoe, it's on the Kentucky side. Now, I've been told technically we don't cross the line, that's actually the next city. But it's right here, and we call it Jellicoe, Kentucky side. I mean, that's funny. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Let's try to get this by without making a mess. Very good. This was not slow cooked. This was not, I simply put it in the microwave, put a little water over it, and poured it off just to make it steamy. I didn't leave any water in that roast, but just pour it in it and dump it out just to get the meat moistened so it would steam and cook. Then I just put the barbecue sauce over it after I got it out of the microwave. And it's absolutely delicious. It tastes like I have slow cooked it all day in a crock pot. It was an easy fix, easy supper, easy meal, really. And it's something Mama wouldn't eat. And I just realized as I just loaded this chip, I didn't even put any jalapenos or anything, or onion or anything. I could have done jalapenos and onions and everything tonight. Now I'm trying to analyze my chips. There could have been 10. I may already be over the limit. May already be over the limit. Look, that's a red tomato. You don't get them that red in stores a lot of time. We've had a very lucky winter. I haven't gone without tomatoes at all. Save Lot has kept me in tomatoes all winter. And when I say kept me in tomatoes, they always have tomatoes in the winter. But sometimes I just don't like the looks of them. But every time I've gone, they've had some vine ripe in a container, or the Romas that have been very bright and pretty. So we've kept them. That's our last one. But I need to get to the store tomorrow, and I'll pick up some more if they have them. And they'll do me till tomatoes do come in. But these have been very good, and I don't know where they're getting them from. But the process of however they're growing them in the winter is great. And we've had a mild winter, so I guess that's why. And I hope we continue to have a mild winter. One of our largest snows was in April. April. You know, you think, oh, it's beautiful here. It was 70. It's 62 right now at 7:30. That's unheard of. In February, March. This is March 5th, so February is like this. March has come in like this. So we've been very fortunate, very blessed. So I'm thinking we'll just ride right on into summer. Sometimes we get those we call them short springs. Of course, they're the same length, but the temperatures go summer before maybe they normally would, where we're in the 80s, quicker than we should be. So I'm thinking that maybe what happens this year, which usually makes for a good growing year because you can get plenty of seeds out. But don't get too quick on it because we'll have some more cold. And I think one day this weekend's supposed to be cold. And like we had snow Saturday before last, a little bit. Go figure. They always say, if you don't like the weather in East Tennessee, hang around. It's fixing to change. I get a change of weather alert every day. Weather trends are changing, it'll say. Because it's getting cooler or it's getting warmer. Warming trend or cooling trend. And I think, it's going to change, definitely. Hey, John, we are from... Oh, that's when I just read, Linda. I froze you up when I read that. Sorry, folks. I did that. My phone, if I touch it, it freezes it. March 13th was your biggest snow, Lynn. April the 3rd, I want to say, was our biggest one. April the 10th, and it snowed. Yeah, Brenda, it's... April don't mean it snows over. Hey, Vicky Payne. Hello, John and Mama from Gainesville, Georgia. Well, Vicky, how's things down in Gainesville? Brenda Stanton here in Seat, Connecticut. We are getting rain almost every day this week. Well, Brenda, I know you get tired of it, but rain does makes the corn grow. Michigan weather seems to change every few minutes. Deb, that's it. Maybe this is just a nationwide problem. Oh, no. Miranda has got COVID. Let's say a prayer. It's all good, PJ says. I agree with you. I grew up in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Love the weather. Hendersonville, I know exactly where that is. Hey, Jenny. Hello to you. Is your mom knocking at the door? No. That's the refrigerator. Our refrigerator knocks. It'll stop, but you just hear that it's cooling down or heating. I don't know, but it makes that knocking. I thought, why would she think Mom's knocking at the door? We give her a key. She comes and goes all the time. Don't forget to set your clocks. That's right, Diane. Clocks go forward. Spring forward Saturday night before you go to bed. Actually, at 2 something in the morning on Sunday mornings when they go forward, but just do it before you go to bed. And, of course, your cell phone, smartwatches. All that's going to do it for you. Hear that pecking? That's the refrigerator. I don't know y'all could hear that, but yeah, it pecks sometimes. It's something to do with the ice maker, they say. The time goes forward. You fall back an hour in the fall. You spring forward an hour in the spring. And I thought this was going to stop. In fact, I thought it was going to stop before, but evidently it's not. Evidently, we're going to be springing forward and falling back for a while longer. Did you all think? I thought it was brought up. Maybe Congress voted it down. But I thought it had been brought up, and they were saying, this will be it. Beaufort, Georgia. Hey, Linda. Hello. Hey, Carol. Pretty sure, John. Well, thank you, man. And it's nacho free, which is not always the case. Oh, Lord. The weather is just like this in upstate New York. 70 yesterday, lots of rain tomorrow, and who knows, maybe more. So, Christine, I'm about to say it's just everywhere. The weather is just the weather everywhere. Sometimes we get snow at the end of April. I guess we could too here. I don't know that we ever have at the end of April. The safe point that we declare here is May 10th, Mother's Day. My mama always said when snowball bushes bloomed, you could plant anything, which happens a little bit before that. There's some white, big old bulbs. It's not hydrangeas, but it's a snowball bush, they call it around here. And that can be, But we say Mother's Day, after May 10th, we can plant outside, hang pots out. Mama used to be bad about catching spring fever in April. And we'd go buy hanging baskets and all that stuff, ferns and all that. And then we'd end up putting it in the carport and putting stuff over it, or bringing it and stacking them in the dining room, or going out and putting sheets over fresh planted stuff. And we kind of got tired of that. And we went back to the Mother's Day cutoff, which Mother's Day is a great time to buy flowers. And they usually have plenty of selection, and they're hanging pots everywhere. And so we usually do that. I don't know what Mama's going to put on the porch this year. We'll probably do some geraniums, some red geraniums. Those went really well last year. And the hanging pots just haven't done as good in the past few years. May go back to ferns. I know the birds are bad to build nests in ferns, but I'm telling you, everything I put out there, the birds will build in it. I try to, when they start building nests in them, as quickly as I see it, I try to take them out, see if that'll run them off. Yeah, and what gets me, a lot of places, they probably don't have anywhere to build a nest, but we have trees everywhere. Our yard's full of trees. The woods are full of trees. We have birdhouses out. But they want to be close to us for some reason. They want to build on the door, if there's a wreath, on the front door that gets used daily. They think that's a good, secure place. So we don't put wreaths out. And we had a snake on the wreath because there was a bird's nest in it about 6 years ago. And now Mamas don't do wreaths on the doors. If she does, it's a plain wreath, and it's closer to fall or in the end of the year. But spring wreaths she don't do. She does hangers, like it's a Easter something, or it's a flat wooden, so nothing can build in it and snakes can get in it. I don't know if y'all heard that story or not, but she called me one day and she said, "Where you at?" I said, "I'm on my way home." And she said, "There's a snake stuck in the front door." Well, I'm imagining the front door coming in the house. And I said, "Mom, mash it, do something. Don't let that thing in." And she said, "It's on the screen door. I've closed the main door." I said, "Well, as long as you close the main door, don't worry about it." So she had gone out, a delivery had came. And of course, our delivery guy is wonderful. And he always left Maggie a treat. So she had gone out, stepped out onto the porch, and got the package, got the treat, handed it to Maggie, let her eat her treat there on the porch, and turned around with the package to come back in. And as she turned around and just set it on the ottoman in front of the chair, she noticed the screen door didn't close, and it always does. And she turned around and looked, and a snake must have been in the wreath, is the only thing we can figure. And it had crawled up and it had looped over the screen door, and half of it was hanging inside and the other half and the tail was on the outside. And that was keeping the door from closing. Well, of course, the snake was freaked out because now it was half caught in that door. But he got out very quickly. So Mama looks up and all she sees is a snake body. Now, to this day, she will tell you it was a copperhead. I think it was a chicken snake. Copperheads are aggressive. They go looking. And she would not have been able to stand there, hold that door, feed the dog, do all that if a copperhead was over her shoulder. And it was longer than a copperhead around here would be. And we've had chicken snakes here before. We've seen several of them. Anyway, she'll tell y'all it was a copperhead, but I don't believe it. Because she said it was 6 foot long. They know 6 foot copperheads. And anyway, so she closes the door. And I'm home. I was close, so I was home within 10 minutes. I've looked everywhere. I looked everywhere for that snake, and I could not find it. It wasn't in the flower beds. It wasn't nowhere on the porch. It was nowhere. It was gone. We never did see it again. So that was in the wreaths. And there was a bird nest in that wreath, but the babies had already flown off. But the wreath was still hanging there with that bird nest, and I'm sure he could smell them or whatever. So that's what we think happened. So the delivery guy came and put the package down and scared him up there, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I just know Mama's anti-wreaths on the door. And I guess a snake will get you there. But all was well. Mama didn't get bitten or anything, so everything was good. But a little bit anti-wreath on the door. At Christmas, she puts a wreath up. It's cold. I'll have to get her to tell you that story. But in her version, it'll be copperhead. 6 foot. Big old long going. Copperhead's usually about 30 inches is a long copperhead around here. We don't have very big ones. And Maggie never could keep her story straight. I asked her. I said, did you see that snake on your mama's shoulder? Oh, he wasn't on my shoulder. And when we got to church, I said, Mama, tell the preacher you could have brought him a snake today. She said, oh, don't be telling him I've got snakes. I said, Mama, everybody has snakes around here. Just a way of our life. We don't have them in the house, thank the Lord. But on the outside, they're running around here. Pray for my friend. She just had surgery for cancer of the mouth. Oh, to talk and just swallow. Cheryl Pedersen, we will pray for your friend. My daddy had cancer on his tongue. I'm not sure if it was from the breathing machine he had used or if it was just a side effect of dialysis in his kidney. I don't know, but he never smoked, never dipped, never done any tobacco products ever. And he told Mama one day, he said, I've got a bump on the bottom of my tongue. And Mama thought it was a canker sore or something like that. So she had him rinse it with salt water and all that. And so she thought it went away. He never mentioned it. And he told her a week or so later, he said, I've still got that bump, Mama, so let me see it. Mama says it was, a good size bump under his tongue. And so just a very short, like 2 or 3 days later, she called me. I was at home and she said, come over here and look at this on your daddy. And I come over here and he had a knot under his tongue that just laid down in that hollow spot. And it looked like it was at least the size of a small gumball. So the next day I called his doctor and I got an appointment. We got him in very quickly. And it was cancerous. So he had to have radiation treatments and all that for that. So we do know some of what your friend's going through, and we will be saying prayers because that's hard. And they do have to learn to talk, and they have to learn a lot of things. Maggie passed away in October 2023. Yeah. Love you, Mama Pat. We love you all too. Hi from Wisconsin. Well, hello, Elaine. Dawn, I agree with you. Dawn says she don't mind the falling back, but the springing forward takes her a while to get used to. They both mess up my circadian rhythm and my sleeping and everything. I really wish they would leave it alone. Just leave it alone. We'll just take what we get. But I'm the type of person that I don't have to have an alarm clock. Now, I use my phone every night because I don't trust myself. So I set the alarm, but I always wake up before the alarm goes off and click it off. So my body's trained to be up at that time. And it takes me a good while. And it changes my sleep a little bit. And it changes like when I get sleepy at night a little bit. Because no matter what the clock says, my body tells me it's time. It's time to go to bed. It's time to get up, and all those things. So I think it affects us more than what people realize. And people do, accidents are more prone the day after. People aren't as awake. You know, when you're used to getting up at 5 and leaving for work at 6, and now you're getting up at 4 and you're leaving for work at 5, old time, you're not as alert. So that does matter. And then in the fall, you know, it's the same thing. Your body, you're used to doing a certain time. You get hungry at certain times. You know, everything is set on a rhythm. So it is a little more aggravating. I usually dread it a little bit, getting used to it. A lot of people like that daylight earlier, and I'm fine with it too. But I like the fall, when we fall back, probably the best, and I like it getting dark earlier. I know that ain't a popular opinion. But it seems like in the summer, when it's daylight to 9 or 9:30, it seems like you're on the go to then at least, and you're outside doing gardening and working. But in the winter, you know, it gets darker earlier, so people go in earlier, and you have more time in the evenings, and it's just cozy. And I just like to sit in front of a fireplace and watch TV, watch a movie, eat some popcorn or something in the winter. It's kind of gives you more family time, a little bit. In the summer, the kids are out playing, which I don't have kids, but other people's kids are out playing. And you know, people are mowing until 9:30 and weed eating, and it's an active time. I know our little park, we open at dawn, we close at dusk, and people are over there till late. I mean, you'll drive through there at 9:15, 9:20 at night, and there's still people walking and kids playing ball, and it's just you're like, it's 9:20 and they're still playing. So, yeah, it is a little bit different. A lot of people like it, but we're getting to go into daylight savings. They like that part. They like the longer days and daylight darker at night. And a lot of people don't like the standard. Some people like only the standard, don't like the daylight savings. Some areas don't change their clock. They don't change. So it's just different. All right, folks. Thank y'all for entertaining me tonight, and thank you for being here with me. I'll tell Mama she missed a good night and a good supper. I said, Mama, you missed a good supper. It's just that, I wouldn't eat that barbecue anyway. Hi, John. Missed Mama tonight. Loretta, I missed her too. Glad to see you tonight. Tell Mama hi. Cold and rainy here in Michigan. Is it cold? It's rainy here, but we've had 60s today. It was high 60s. And it's 62 right now at 15 minutes to 8, and it's been dark for an hour. Hi, guys. Hey, Doreen. Love you both. Love you too, Miss Doreen. Good to see you on live. We're here about every night. Some of y'all have said that you haven't seen us, or where have you been? We're here. Well, very rarely are we not here, and I'll always post, if we're able to, I'll always post and say we won't be coming live tonight, just to let y'all know. But we're here about every night. So if you're not seeing us, you're probably not following our page. So right now while we're live, and you can see this little red button right there, live, you know this is the right page, because you see me and I'm talking to you with a red button, the live. So when I'm here, that means nobody has stolen this video yet. But when I click off, somebody will steal it, and they'll put it on one of those other sites. Now, some of y'all have joined the other sites, like 20-some thousand or so, and it worries me because, you know, they can send you anywhere, any kind of information. They say, you know, we had one person saying that they were the gift patrol for John. Well, no, there is no gift patrol or none of that. Don't send nothing. Send shipping and handling. We'll send you these gifts. Those are all lies. Don't fall for those. But there's several channels out there on all the platforms that steal not just ours, but other content creators. So if you want to punch down here where you see my picture and Mama's right down here, that will take you to Coffee Time with John and Mama. That's our real page. And if you want to go in there and follow that page, then you know you're on the right page. Click the little bell and you should start getting notifications. It says Coffee Time with John and Mama's gone live. Then you know when we're going live. So if you're not getting any and you're not seeing our videos, that means you're just catching them on the feed. And if you watch a few of them, you'll catch more of them. And you may think, well, I'm on their page. You're not on our page or following us until you go to our page and follow it. Like it, share it with your friends. But we appreciate all that. And we're growing. We're steadily growing. It's not like we're, going, every week we're getting thousands of more people. But we're just steadily growing, and that's wonderful. We love it. I mean, we are so thankful. Mama pays more attention to all that than I do. And she would like to see us get to 200,000 by my birthday, which is the end of this month. That's a tall order. I told Mama, I said, let's go for fall. Let's go for your birthday. If we can get 200,000 by your birthday, which hers is August. But Mama said, I've got faith. We might be able to pull it off. We might be able to get there before your birthday. I said, well, if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. That's fine. So we are so thankful for all of y'all and for putting up with us. Just like tonight, I just made nachos. Mama checks recipe books out all the time. She'll find different recipes. And we do try different things every once in a while. A lot of our stuff is the same stuff that we cooked before, and I know that. But like I said before, we don't plan or we don't try to say, oh, we did that one on this date or this day. We just cook whatever we want to eat and we just invite you in. So we may have pork chops and maybe in 2 weeks we may have them again, just like you do at your house. Everybody has that rotation. So sometimes, we'll try to come up with something new just to have for us, something new that we like to try like you do. But as far as like saying, well, we can't have that again, we don't get to that. We just cook supper and hope y'all drop by. It's just like we do here at home. We have family that drops by. We have friends that drop by. And when they come in, they pull up a chair right there. And they eat with us. And whatever we're having, they're welcome to it. And the only thing is we can't offer you a meal or offer you some sweet tea. Because that's what we do because you're really here. But everything else you get. You get the conversation. You get us laughing and talking and cutting up and having a good time. And Mama and I really do. We laugh and go on all the time. Someone said, do y'all laugh? I said, yeah. And we make fun of each other all the time. We aggravate each other all the time. Mama hates for me to pet her. Like when I'll pet. And I do that for pure meanness, folks. Because as much as she hates it, she likes to gripe about it. And we just do that all the time. She does me the same way. She'll say something she knows. I'm like, Mama. And she'll say, well, it's the truth. And just laugh. She just thinks everything's funny. And so we're cutting up and having fun and just enjoying life all the time. And day in, day out, we try to make it a point just to laugh and have a good time. And as Mama says, laughter's good medicine, do it often. And she does. Mama's laughing and stuff all the time. And I'll hear her talking on the phone with her sisters, or I'll hear her talking to her friends, or like the group she's with now. And it's just constant laughing and having a good time. But Mama's always been that way. Mama's always been, always into something, always laughing, joking, just seeing what they can get away with each other. And it's no disrespect or anything either way. I mean, I respect my mother. I put her on a pedestal with respect at all times. And I think some people will say, you said such and such to Mama. And I'm like, Mama expects that from me. It's like, and sometimes I'll say stuff. Somebody commented, why does your mama don't want you to have stuff? Does she ration everything? I'm like, if Mama said, that's enough. I said, you don't want us to have no more? Well, no, but so you don't want me to have no more cabbage? Is this all I can have? She knows that I'm just carrying on. Just craziness. And you'll hear me say that quite often because I always say that kind of stuff to her. One of the things I do to her that aggravates her is if she imitates something. Like, for example, if she come in tonight and said, my car's making a funny noise, it's going or something. I'd say, how's it going? And she'll do it again. I said, One more time. Oh, quit. You know what you're doing. You're just trying to get me. I'll just laugh because I just think it's funny. And she knows that I'm just aggravating her, but if she does any kind of thing like that, I would say, what was that? How does it go? And she just thinks, she just loves it. We get along like that all the time. Feel very blessed, and people will often tell me, John, you should be very thankful you should have your mama. You have no idea how thankful I am. I'm very thankful. I thank the Lord every day. I thank Him for putting us on the wake-up list every day. And I feel so blessed and so privileged that the Lord gave me a good mom and dad. And I realize it, and I'm thankful every day for it. Every lesson they taught me, everything they made me do that I probably didn't want to do at the time, but it helped me and built my character and done those things. I'm thankful that they took me to church and they taught me those things. And I'm very thankful to the Lord for that. Don't ever think, not even for one moment, for one day, I'm not thankful for every day and every moment I have with Mama. And coffee time has been such a blessing. And I think, as I have these videos, for the rest of my life that I'm able to do it, I will be able to go back and watch Mama cook and watch her, all the videos that we have shared. And if I have a question, like, how did Mama make that pie? Or how did Mama make that? I'll always have those videos. Hopefully I'll never not have them. But I think what a blessing that is to have captured our lives for these past 4 years on Coffee Time. And what a blessing it's been to have you all with us. We used to do pre-recorded videos and I would upload them. And our internet here, y'all know how it is. It's sketchy at best. It would take an hour, 2 hours, and I would have to sit and hold my phone to make sure I could signal. And someone said, why don't you do lives? And I said, we can't do lives. Mom and I are not talented enough to do lives because we would certainly make many mistakes. And I said, so? You're human. That's a part of life. Which, even when I videoed them, I didn't edit them. So it was the same as. But we've been doing the lives, which introduced you all into the picture. You all are as much a part. These comments coming up through here and our interaction with you all makes you all a part of our videos, makes you all a part of our lives. And we see you all and we enjoy you all. If we pre-record anything now, we miss you all so bad. And it's like, where's the comments? Why are they not here? This is not normal. We don't like it near as well. We love to see you all and to have y'all as a part of it. So thank you. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all the things y'all do. Y'all are sweet and wonderful, and we do have the best folks. I see other people's stuff, and I'm like, they got some good folks on there. And some of y'all are the same, but I'm thinking, they're not as good as our folks. I get territorial with y'all. But I know a lot of y'all watch the same shows as we do, and it's the same. And I'll see y'all's names, and I think, oh, there's so-and-so. It's special. It really is, and it connects us. But we're all friends. Most of the content creators that are cooks and represent for the Lord on here, we're in a big group. And so there's no competition. Because you can watch my show and watch Kimmy's show and watch Carol's show and watch Mama Sue's show. All those where there's no competition. We want you to join all of us. And we talk with each other and we bounce ideas off each other. And, in the holidays, we've done the passing of the spoon at Christmas and we took it from video. I thought that was so neat. Kimmy orchestrated most all that. And I talk to Kimmy quite often. She calls me, we'll get ideas, or did you see that new thing that we have to do now? Because there's a lot to it behind the scenes to do these. And you have to keep all your stuff up and everything. So, but I think ours is, we try to just spread a little happiness and spread a little love and do those kind of things and just a little escape from the world. And I think that's our mission. That Christ is, that's our mission for our people. We're not teachers. We don't teach people how to cook. We just show you how we do it. A lot of folks do teach y'all and all that, but we're just here to show you, here's what me and Mama do. This is what Mama's done her whole life. This is what she taught me to do. This is how we do it. So some things we probably do, you're like, I ain't never seen anybody do it that way before. But we've done it, and it works for us. And that's all we're here to say. But we just love being with y'all. And it's just such a blessing. When we count our blessings, we count you all. We do, because what a blessing it has been to get to know some of y'all. We've got to know some of y'all personally. We've got to know some of you on comments. We've got to know some of you differently in different ways. We've met some of you in person when we go out, and that's such a blessing too. Don't ever, if you see us out somewhere, sometimes I get those looks from some of y'all, and I'm like, do they know us? Do they think they know us? Or are they afraid to talk to us? You always be welcomed warmly. With me and Mama, we always enjoy meeting y'all and seeing y'all out. And people say, "Can we get a picture?" I'm like, "Sure." So we take pictures. We do all that. We're so blessed to meet some of y'all. I mean, it's just wonderful. It really is, and it's heartwarming. So as much as you may think that's coffee time with John and Mama, it's also coffee time with John and Mama and all of you. So we do appreciate y'all, and thank you so much. Well, it's almost 8 o'clock, and Mama's still prowling around. You reckon she's going to stay on half the night? It may be 8:30 before she drags in here. We'll just say a little prayer for protection, and she'll do fine. Y'all have a great evening, and we will remember all the prayer requests. I'll look through here and see if there's more, but I do name them to the Lord. You know, Lord, you remember this one that's got COVID, remember this one, this. But I also just said, Lord, any more that we may have missed or seen, or any that just weren't on there. Just prayer requests of the heart, dear Lord. Unspoken. We want to remember all those too. So if you're on here, you'll be prayed for. Mama prays for y'all all the time, and she worries about y'all. So thank you for being a part of us. We're going to say good night. And Mama's not here to say good night, Mama. So I'll just have to say good night to y'all, and have a blessed night. And Lord, we'll be back tomorrow, and Mama better be here. I'm going to tell her she can't lay out 2 nights in a row. And surely we'll cook something. You reckon? I think we will. Y'all have a blessed night. Enjoy your evening, and have a great day tomorrow. Lord willing, we'll see you. Bye.